My wife's weekend getaway with her cousin didn't add up. Suspicious, I checked her Instagram stories. She had forgotten to hide one from me. It showed her hand, intertwined with someone else's. My heart pounded as I messaged her. That's not your cousin's hand, is it? The story was deleted instantly, but it was too late because I had already saved it. This is something I never thought I'd write. I'm still shaking as I type this. I, 38 male, found out that my wife, 35 female, of 8 years has been lying to me, and now I don't know what's real anymore. We've been together for 12 years, married for 8. We have a 6-year-old son, Ethan. We live just outside of Seattle. I thought we had a normal life. Not perfect, because no marriage is, but stable. We shared laughs, dinners, movie nights, birthday parties, holidays. We were the couple our friends looked at and said, "You guys are solid." I work in IT. Long hours sometimes, but I always made sure I was home for dinner or bedtime stories. Sarah, my wife, works part-time at a local yoga studio and handles a lot of the day-to-day parenting stuff. We had a routine, a good rhythm. That's why this whole thing hit me like a truck. About a month ago, Sarah said she wanted to go on a weekend trip to Portland to visit her cousin, Lisa. She said they hadn't caught up in a while and wanted some girl time. Shopping, spa, maybe some wine. Sounded normal. I trust Lisa. They've always been close. So I said sure. I told her I'd handle things at home with Ethan. She packed a small suitcase, kissed me goodbye, and left early Saturday morning. Saturday felt normal. I took Ethan to the park. We had pizza for dinner, watched the Lego movie, and he was out by 8:30. I was tired but couldn't sleep, so I grabbed my phone and scrolled through Instagram like I always do. Sarah usually posts when she travels. Nothing crazy, just photos of meals or selfies. I checked her story out of curiosity. First story. A boomerang of her and Lisa clinking wine glasses at what looked like a hotel rooftop bar. Second story, a shot of a shopping bag from some boutique. Third story, Sarah laughing with a face mask on. Lisa was in the background. Fourth story, this is the one that messed me up. It was a short boomerang of her hand holding someone else's. The caption said, "Couldn't be happier right now." The hand she was holding? Definitely not Lisa's. It was a man's hand. No nail polish, bigger, hairy. I stared at it. My stomach dropped. I went back, watched it again. And again. My brain didn't want to believe what I was seeing. I screenshotted it. Saved it. Then I messaged her. Me. That's not Lisa's hand, is it? Within seconds, the story was gone. Deleted. No reply for 5 minutes. Then 10. Then she finally texted back. "Sarah, I'm sorry. We'll talk when I get home." That was it. I sat there frozen. My hands were numb. I couldn't feel anything. Just a ringing in my ears. I didn't sleep at all that night. Just kept looking at the screenshot. Zooming in. Trying to come up with any explanation that didn't involve cheating. Maybe Lisa brought her boyfriend? Maybe Sarah was just being silly? But I knew better. That was her hand. That was not Lisa's. Sunday went by in a fog. Ethan asked when mommy was coming back. I told him she'd be home in the evening. I acted normal. I made him pancakes. We watched cartoons. But my mind was racing. She came home around 6 p.m. I watched her pull into the driveway. I didn't go out to help with her bag. I waited. She came in, smiling at Ethan, gave him a big hug. Then she looked at me. Her face changed instantly. Like she remembered. Like guilt just slapped her in the face. We got Ethan ready for bed together. She tried to make small talk. I didn't respond much. Just nods and one-word answers. My chest was tight the whole time. Once he was asleep, I sat on the edge of our bed. "Who is he?" I asked. She stood by the door. Didn't answer right away. Then her eyes welled up. "His name is Daniel," she whispered. I looked down. I felt dizzy. "How long?" 3 months, she said. "So, all those late yoga classes? All those nights you were too tired to talk?" That was him. She nodded. I could barely look at her. I asked again, "Why? What did I do?" She said she felt like we were in a routine. That I was distracted with work and Ethan. That she felt invisible. That Daniel made her feel wanted. I've given everything to this family. Worked hard. Came home every night. I never cheated. I never lied. I thought I was a good husband. Maybe not perfect, but I never thought this would happen. I asked her if she loved him. She said no. Said it was a mistake. Said she missed feeling excitement. Said she felt guilty every time she came home. But not guilty enough to stop. "I never stopped loving you," she said. "You don't do this to someone you love. I replied. She begged me not to leave. Said we could fix it. Go to counseling. Start over. I told her I needed space. I packed a bag and went to my brother's place for a few nights. I couldn't even look at her. That was 2 weeks ago. I still haven't made a decision. She's texting me constantly, trying to talk. She deleted Daniel from everything, blocked him, even told her boss and quit the yoga studio. But I can't shake the image of that Instagram story. That 1 second of footage ruined everything. Every kiss, every dinner, every plan we made, it's all tainted now. I still don't know what I'm going to do. We have a son. I love him more than life. But I don't know if I can live with someone who could lie so easily and look me in the eye for months. It's Mark again. I didn't expect the kind of response my first post got. I wasn't even sure anyone would care. But reading the comments, the support, the advice, even the tough love, helped. So here's the update. And yeah, things got worse. After 2 weeks at my brother's place, I started to feel like I was going in circles. I couldn't eat right. I couldn't sleep more than a couple hours a night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that photo. That damn hand. Her hand. His. My brother, Tom, finally said, "You need to either talk to her properly or make a decision, man. You're not doing yourself or Ethan any favors like this." He was right. So I texted Sarah and told her I'd come by the house. I didn't say I was moving back. I just said we needed to talk. When I got there, the house was too quiet. Ethan was at my mom's. Sarah was waiting for me in the kitchen. She looked rough, pale, no makeup, sweater hanging off her shoulder, eyes swollen from crying. We sat across from each other. She started talking right away. "I've started therapy," she said. "I've gone to 3 sessions already. I've been writing everything down, trying to figure out how I let this happen." I listened. I didn't interrupt. "I know I broke something in you. I don't expect forgiveness. I need you to know I'm not giving up." She slid a notebook across the table. "That's everything. Every message between me and him. Dates, times, what we did." I printed everything out and wrote my side of what was happening in my head. I clenched my jaw. What did he want? He said he missed me, that he thought I'd leave you, that we had something real. And what did you say? I told him to leave. I told him I never wanted to see him again. But Mark, no, don't, but Mark me. You let him get that close again? I didn't invite him. I swear. He just showed up. My blood boiled. This guy had the nerve to walk back into her life like he owned a piece of her? Like he wasn't the reason our marriage was circling the drain? Then she said something that made it even worse. He said he might tell you things if I didn't talk to him. What things? She hesitated. Stuff I didn't put in the notebook. I swear, the room got 10 degrees colder. You lied in that notebook too? I asked. Not lied. Just left things out. Like what? She swallowed hard. Like the night I told you I was at Lisa's helping her with her breakup? That was the first night I slept with him. I didn't even remember the night she was talking about. But now, it burned in my brain. I remembered her coming home with Chinese food. I remembered us sitting on the couch, her head on my shoulder, watching Jeopardy. That whole night was a lie. I need to know everything. No more gaps. No more, maybe I forgot. Everything. Right now. But what tore me up most was this one line. If Mark ever finds out, I hope he remembers that I did love him. I just forgot how to feel it. What does that even mean? How do you forget how to feel love for someone who stood by you through everything? The next few days were a blur. I didn't answer her texts. I didn't answer anyone's. Not even my mom's. I was floating in my own head. Then last night, I got a message from an unknown number. Daniel. It said, "You know she's not telling you everything. If you want the full truth, meet me. One time. Tomorrow. 5 p.m. Volunteer Park Cafe. I'll be sitting outside." I stared at it for a long time. I haven't replied. I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to smash my phone and never see either of them again. Another part wants to hear what this guy thinks he knows. Maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's more filth. But maybe it's the truth. The final piece of this garbage puzzle. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Do I meet him? Do I ignore him? Do I give Sarah a second chance? I don't know yet. But I feel like whatever decision I make next, it's going to change everything. Hey Reddit, it's Mark again. I wasn't sure I'd post another update so soon. But what happened next was something I didn't see coming. I met him. Daniel. The man who was with my wife. And what he said, yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So here we go. After sitting with that message for nearly a day, I decided to go. I couldn't get it out of my head. I needed to know what he meant when he said, "She's not telling you everything." I figured I'd go, hear him out, maybe punch him, maybe not. But I had to know. The next day, I drove to Volunteer Park Cafe. Got there 10 minutes early. The place was quiet. Cold spring afternoon in Seattle. I parked across the street and watched. Around 4:55, I saw him. Tall, thin, maybe mid-30s. Short dark hair. Gray hoodie and jeans. He sat outside, like he said he would, sipping a coffee. No sunglasses. No disguise. Just sitting there like it was any normal day. I walked up. He looked at me and nodded. "Mark?" he asked. I didn't answer. Just sat down. He started talking fast. First, I want to say I didn't know she was married at first. I swear. I cut him off. "She wears a ring." He looked down. "I know. I didn't notice at first. She never mentioned you. Not for the first couple weeks. She told me she was divorced." I blinked. "She what?" He nodded. "Said you two were separated. Living in the same house for your son's sake. She said it was messy, but you both had agreed to see other people quietly." I wanted to throw the coffee in his face. "You expect me to believe that?" I asked. "I didn't come here to lie to you," he said. "Look, I get it. I screwed up. I stayed even after I found out. I should have walked away. I didn't. I'm not proud of that." I stayed silent. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone. I screenshotted everything. Every message. Every time she told me you were controlling or cold or checked out. She built this picture of you that wasn't even close to the truth. I started to question it after a while. She was two different people. Sweet one day, distant the next. Hot and cold. He handed me the phone. I scrolled. And yeah, the messages were there. "Sarah. He's more like a roommate these days. Sarah. He wouldn't even notice if I didn't come home. Sarah. Honestly, I think I'd be happier if it were just me and Ethan." Then something else hit me harder. "Sarah. He's not Ethan's real dad. He doesn't know." I froze. Everything stopped moving. My vision blurred. My ears rang. "What the hell is this?" I asked. Daniel leaned back, hands up. "I don't know if it's true. She told me it was before you got married. That it was a one-night stand with some guy she met in Vegas. She said you thought Ethan was yours because you were trying at the time." I couldn't breathe. I stood up. My whole body shook. I walked away. Across the street. I threw up in a trash can. People stared. I didn't care. I sat in my car for almost half an hour before I could even drive. I couldn't think. I just kept seeing Ethan's face. His smile. His laugh. The way he calls me dad. What was real anymore? I didn't go back to my brother's. I didn't go home. I drove straight to the clinic. Got a paternity test kit. Did the swab. Overnighted it. I didn't even stop to text Sarah. I didn't want to talk to her. Not until I had answers. Then I remembered something. Something Daniel had said. That she claimed I was controlling. I pulled out my phone and went back through our old messages. Nothing like that. I checked her old journals. Nothing. But then I found one entry I missed. One that hit different now. Mark would be devastated if he ever found out. But he loves Ethan so much. I don't think I could tell him even if I wanted to. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe love makes someone a real dad, not DNA. It was dated before Ethan was born. The walls were closing in. I didn't sleep for 2 nights. Then Sarah texted. "Sarah, where are you? I'm really scared." I ignored it. The next morning, she showed up at my brother's. Tom wasn't home. She banged on the door until I let her in. She looked like a wreck. Pale. Eyes swollen. Like she hadn't slept either. "What did he tell you?" she asked. "You lied about everything," I said. She nodded slowly. "He wasn't supposed to tell you. You told him I wasn't Ethan's father." She didn't respond. "So is it true?" I asked. Tears spilled down her face. "I don't know." "You don't know." I repeated. "It was only once. Before you and I got serious. But the timelines got messy and I didn't want to cause drama. And then you proposed. And we got married. And Ethan was born. And you were already his dad. You made me live a lie for 6 years, Sarah. I thought it didn't matter. You loved him. He loves you. He doesn't know anyone else. But I didn't know." She fell to her knees, sobbing. "Please don't leave us. Don't leave Ethan." I sat down, numb. I already did the test. Her whole face dropped. She looked like her soul left her body. I don't know the results yet. They'll come soon. But if it comes back the way I think it will, I honestly don't know what happens next. All I know is my marriage is dead. My trust is gone. My life doesn't feel like mine anymore. And Ethan, he's the only thing that still feels real. It's been a ride. I didn't think I'd ever share all this, but I'm glad I did. Your comments, advice, even the harsh stuff, helped me stay grounded when I felt like the ground was giving out. And now, here's how it ends. Or maybe how something new begins. Either way, this is what happened. The DNA test came back. I opened the email in my brother's kitchen. Alone. My heart was pounding. The words blurred at first. I had to blink a few times. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. There it was. Final. No chance. Not a shred of doubt. Ethan is not biologically mine. I didn't cry. Not right then. I felt cold. Empty. I stared at the wall for what felt like hours. I kept hearing his voice in my head. Daddy, look what I drew. Daddy, can I sleep in your bed? I had to walk. I left the house and just walked through the neighborhood until my legs gave out. I sat on a curb and cried like I hadn't cried since my dad died. Then I knew what I had to do. I didn't call Sarah. I didn't text. I drove straight to her yoga studio. It was Saturday. Busy day. She was there, in the middle of a small class, leading stretches. Peaceful, quiet music playing. I walked right in. She saw me immediately. Her face turned white. She paused, told the class she needed a moment, and stepped outside with me. I didn't yell at first. I just looked her in the eye and handed her my phone with the results. She covered her mouth, then whispered, "No, don't pretend you're surprised," I said. "I really didn't know, Mark. I asked you. Over and over. You said you didn't know. But you did. And now I do too." She started crying. The kind of cry that makes people stop and look. Her students were staring from inside. A couple came out. One of the younger girls asked if everything was okay. Sarah lost it. "I ruined everything," she shouted. I lied. I lied to the only man who ever loved me right. People just stood there, watching. Someone whispered, "That's the cheating yoga lady." I turned to walk away. She grabbed my arm. "Please, don't take Ethan from me," she sobbed. I pulled my arm back gently. "I would never do that. But you don't get to use him anymore. Not as an excuse. Not as a shield." Then I walked. I stayed at my brother's another few days. Sarah kept sending long messages. Apologies. Voice notes. Photos of Ethan. She begged me to talk in person. I didn't reply. Then Lisa, her cousin, called me. First time since all this started. She said she was sorry too. That she didn't know about the affair at first, but when she found out, she didn't know how to stop it. "I didn't think it would blow up like this," she said. I laughed bitterly. It was always going to. She said Sarah was falling apart. That she hadn't eaten. Hadn't gone to work. That she wanted to make things right. But how do you make this right? A few days later, I agreed to meet with Sarah. At the park. Neutral ground. Ethan was with my mom. She looked exhausted. Eyes dark. Hair a mess. No makeup. Just Sarah. "I deserve everything," she said. "But I want to be honest, finally." So she told me the whole story. That the guy in Vegas wasn't random. He was someone she knew before we got together. A fling. She never thought it would come back. But when she found out she was pregnant, she panicked. She didn't want to lose me. So she lied. And kept lying. She told me she thought she could bury it. That love could cover the truth. That she thought I'd be a better father than that guy ever could be. Then she said it. "But Mark, you are his dad. You're the only dad he knows." And yeah, that broke me again. Because it was true. I didn't move back home. I rented a small apartment nearby. Ethan visits often. We play. We read. I help him with homework. I take him to school. He still calls me dad. Sarah and I have spoken more lately. Calmly. No yelling. No fighting. Just talking. We're not getting back together. That part's over. I can't live with that kind of betrayal. But we're working on co-parenting. Or whatever you want to call it in this situation. Ethan still doesn't know. He's too young. Maybe one day I'll tell him. Maybe not. Lisa moved out of town. I don't talk to her anymore. Tom, my brother, was the rock through all this. He said something the other day I haven't stopped thinking about. You lost a wife, but you didn't lose your son. And that's the part that matters most. I've learned that love isn't always enough. That trust, once broken, changes the whole shape of a relationship. You can rebuild, but it'll never look the same. I've also learned that DNA doesn't make a father. Love does. Time does. Showing up does. And I will always show up for Ethan. Do I regret everything? No, because I love my son. And I got to be his dad, and and I still am. But I do regret trusting someone who never deserved it. I regret not asking harder questions. And yeah, I regret believing a lie for so long. Where does that leave me? Strangely, not broken, just changed. I'm healing. Slowly. I've started running again, reading more, taking things one day at a time. The future? I don't know, but it's mine now. And whatever comes next, I'll face it with my eyes open.